Nadine from Affordable Staff. I'm here doing a case study interview with Adam from Emerge Finance. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you.
Let's get into it. Adam, hi.
Hello, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. I really like your new office. Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, cheers.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Why did you decide to outsource?
I think from our point of view, outsourcing was the next step in growing our business. So as a single broker, the way I started the business, there was no real other way to grow it apart from maybe getting another staff member. You can't do everything as a broker. You've got to do or have someone else helping with some of the tasks. So it was just a really easy way for us to grow the business and take some of those non-dollar productive tasks off our plate.
Yeah, so building a little bit more capacity was your
Correct.
number one goal.
Yeah, I mean, as a sole broker, you're doing everything. You're wearing every hat. Yeah. You're trying to bring in new clients. You're trying to, do the books. You're trying to do the processing. Yeah. So there becomes a time when your capacity runs out. So you need to get some more staff on board.
Yeah, so sometimes outsourcing actually helps you to be able to do that as well financially.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, from a cost position, it's very good. From a cash flow position, especially starting out as a broker, you're just sort of starting the business, so you do have a lot of costs at the start. So being able to outsource at a cheaper price point was a great way for us to sort of grow the business, and it was actually the stepping stone for us to be able to hire more additional staff here in Australia as well.
Excellent. Why is trust such an important factor in outsourcing?
I think trust is an important factor in every business. I mean, as a broker, we've got very similar lenders, we've got very similar loan options, we've got very similar interest rates to every other lender and every other broker. So our business is built on trust and relationships, and people do business with people that they trust. So when we go to hire, we need to look for a company and staff that are going to fit that mould and I guess fit in with our staffing and our culture as well. So I think trust is really important, and that's why clients use us.
Yeah, I agree. Trust and good customer service go hand in hand, really.
Correct. And when you're doing everything, you don't have time to do good customer service. So you need to outsource some of it so you've got more time to talk to clients.
Yeah, kind of. You do have a choice, good customer service or sleep.
Yeah, correct.
Why did you choose Affordable Staff as your outsourcing option?
So we had used another outsourcing option previously. I think we bumped into each other at a conference or some sort of connective function. So I really like the fact that you were local and Australian based and someone that we could have as a contact. Yeah. It probably goes back to that trust. I mean, we do business with people that we like and trust. So, it was great to have you on the ground here and be able to answer our questions and really walk us through the process. I also really like the fact that you had done a lot of work with Connective in the past. Yep. And so that, our VAs were sitting in an office with other VAs that were working with Connective staff. Yeah. And that you were able to train them from a process perspective and also a CRM perspective with the CRM that Connective uses. So for us, it was just a really easy way to, get that knowledge and that experience and that training that you guys were looking after for us, with our VAs.
Yeah, we've got a long-standing relationship with Connective. We love them. We actually really like their software as well. It used to be Mercury and now it's called Nexus. Do you believe that outsourcing is taking jobs away from Australians?
Yeah, I mean, it was something that I thought about initially when we were looking to outsource, but I actually think it's contrary to that. So I actually think it helps our ability to hire additional staff here onshore, because from a cash flow perspective, I just couldn't afford to hire someone here to start off with, but I knew that I had to get those non-dollar productive tasks off my plate. Yeah. If I can outsource those, I can then spend more time doing dollar productive tasks, which actually enabled us to grow the business quicker, which enabled us to hire more staff onshore quicker. Yeah. So I feel like if I hadn't have outsourced, it would have been a longer duration for me to actually afford to bring someone else on here. But by outsourcing, it meant we grew the business quicker and that we actually did that quicker. The other thing is I feel like the outsourced staff actually work well in creating a culture and a really great work environment for our onshore staff, because we're able to outsource some of the non-dollar productive tasks. Yes, as a broker I need to be out finding new clients, but also our onshore staff need to be spending time talking to clients and processing loans, not necessarily doing some of those data hungry tasks. So it also outsources some of their non-productive tasks as well.
Yeah, so you've kind of moved capacity to yourself initially and then to your local staff as well, so that they can do more customer service, customer focused tasks.
Correct, yeah. So our outsourced staff don't have any client contact. They're all back office. So, eventually I hit a capacity with my ability to speak to clients and be available for clients. So we need to get some of our onshore staff to assist with that. So that's where that sort of next step went. So once I outsourced some of the non-dollar productive, got to a point where my capacity was capped again. So then we brought someone onshore to help with some of that client liaising side. So I think it works really well hand in hand with an onshore team as well.
What has outsourcing enabled you to do that you previously didn't know you would be able to?
I think our business has grown really quickly with outsourcing staff. We doubled last financial year, so that has been a really big catalyst with the outsourcing staff. I think because we are outsourcing all of that non-dollar productive, it means I can focus on that, and that's helped us grow the business. So I think that's probably the biggest sort of measurable, I guess. But also that team culture as well. So I have weaknesses in part of our business, so by being able to outsource those weaknesses, I can then focus on my strengths. And the weaknesses that I outsource is our outsourced team's strengths. So it works quite well.
That's why we do it the way we do it.
Exactly.
I think it's very important to have the right people in the right roles as well, not just, with your outsourced team, but locally. So
well, it doesn't matter if they're onshore or offshore. They still need to be part of the team, and you still need to build that culture and work with them. So
staff morale as
correct.
well.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone has a good time, and I think that portrays to the clients as well, and that's what attracts clients to working with our business.
Excellent. How are your local team working with the offshore team now that we're there?
So I guess there's obviously a lot of tech now that can assist with the liaising. So, we have Slack channels or, like some sort of messenger system that can help. So plenty of memes and, fun stuff that happens as well. But, we obviously engage with the VAs via Zoom and Skype and Teams just to, stay in touch with them and get details. We also have a channel that effectively gives us updates on where everyone's at with every file. So the VAs can, put on there what work has been completed so that everyone's across it from a transparency perspective. So that's been really helpful. And also, ringing banks and things like that. So our VAs are able to do that as well now, which, again, frees up time for the guys here.
Yeah, excellent. So that's 2 hours of waiting time that your team doesn't have to do.
Correct, yes.
Have you found that you've been able to do even cross-training between your staff as well?
Yeah, we've just hired some additional onshore staff, and that's been really helpful because our VAs know how to do a lot of the process. So they've been able to work with our onshore staff to train as well, and vice versa. So we've been able to use them to teach the VAs some of the work that we do here. So that's been really helpful from our side of things because we've still got clients coming to work with us and we want to be focusing on that. But being able to train our staff here with some of the processes that the VAs have set up has been really valuable too. So, and we've been quite diligent in creating processes for every part of our business, so that whether it's onshore or offshore, we've got a process that they follow and they can learn from. And I guess that was the great thing about coming on board with you guys, is that you spent a lot of time with us at the start of when we did bring our first VA and then our second VA on how they fit into our process, because it's quite unique when you've got additional staff joining the team and how they all fit in together. So that was really helpful as well.
Yeah, and I find the beautiful thing about processes and documenting your processes, more importantly, is you really only have to do that once. The hard work is done once and done via your VA mostly.
Correct.
So most importantly, then you as the business owner or your key local staff are not having to do that level of training again.
Yeah, and I think it's always something that is improving as well, always working on making that process better to make it a better customer outcome. Yeah. And so whether that includes onshore or offshore, we're all part of the team to have a great customer outcome.
Yeah. Fantastic. What measurable results have you found from this experience with outsourcing?
So I think, especially from a cost position, it's definitely much cheaper to hire offshore, but also the other measurables have been our volume. So our settlement volume has grown very rapidly. And I don't believe that would have been possible without having the offshore on board. And also I think it was what I said before about the team morale. So being able to offshore or outsource some of those tasks that we know we have to do but we don't really enjoy them. And then it means that we have more fun because we're doing I guess a lot of the tasks that we enjoy and that are dollar productive.
Yeah, it allows you to continue to do what you love.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't become a broker to do paperwork till 1 a.m. every night. So if you can stop doing that, that's ideal.
Definitely.
I'll be a broker till 1 a.m., but not paperwork.
Well, what advice would you give to others looking to outsource, other brokers?
I definitely think they should take it on board. I think do it earlier rather than later. That's probably one of the things that we found.
Yeah.
Probably do it 3 or 6 months before you probably think you need it.
Yeah.
Because again, there's going to be a training time frame to get them up to speed.
Yeah.
And I guess plan for that extra volume or that extra business that your business is going to get. So I think it's definitely worthwhile, and that's sort of how we've run it as well, and we've seen the results in that.
Yeah, and a lot of brokers are probably already in that position of all of the additional volumes happening.
Yeah, I mean,
so
COVID's been that's one of the silver linings out of COVID, is that our volume has increased dramatically. So, it might almost be too late, but, there's no better time than now to start.
It's never too late.
I guess I heard a really good quote a couple of years ago that said, if you don't have an assistant, you are the assistant. And so, as a broker, you're not getting paid to be an assistant, you're getting paid to be a broker and for solving clients' problems and solving and getting them finance to, buy their properties. So, if you're too busy doing the paperwork or, lawyer evaluations or pricing, then, that's not really dollar productive because it's not client facing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think that's a magic term that I shall borrow.
Yeah.
If you don't have an assistant, you are the assistant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Adam, for doing the case study with us today and allowing us to use your beautiful new office.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for all your help with the outsourcing.
No problems. I love helping.
Yeah,
so this is Nadine from Affordable Staff. Just finished our case study interview with Adam from Emerge Finance. Signing out. Thanks.